He has to be able to fire anybody, really. Otherwise, elections don't matter, and we don't. The Democrats like to call it a democracy, but I call it a republic. Neither of those is the case if you have people who can't be fired after an election by their boss. So this is just a principle that has to exist. Now, the one thing he's done in an executive order is just a hiring freeze. Okay, you're going to have people who quit, or maybe just they've served so long in government, they die, whatever. At least take advantage of the fact everybody can't stay around forever and quit hiring people.
If they supported the past administration politically for what they have done to this country and then to the world in many ways, they should quit and they should be fired. That's it.
The word democracy is mentioned 0 times in the U.S. Constitution. The words a Republican form of government is mentioned in the U.S. Constitution. So referring to America as a democracy is anti-American.
In some way.
Yeah.
But the Democrats have cognitive dissonance when they try to argue that our country should be run by bureaucrats who can't be fired and then say they're trying to preserve the democracy.
No, that makes perfect sense. It actually makes perfect sense. I'll explain it. They believe everyone's a blank slate. So they think that actually everyone has identical interests deep down, and instead someone like Donald Trump is coming along with his populist, racist rhetoric and casting kind of spell over them. Now, because they're enlightened to this, and all of their experts understand this, they can act in your self-interest to realize your latent potential as a egalitarian blank slate person and enact progressive policies that are actually what you want deep down if you weren't just tricked by misinformation. That is what these people believe.
Now I understand.
It is. And they use the democracy line, as we've known, we've pointed out for some time. When they say our democracy, they're referring to their bureaucratic establishment government, not the will of the people, or the republic, or a nation of independent states. It is just whatever, at the time, the hive mind seems to agree with. That's where they march in lockstep.
They call it the Democratic Party. This is things you can call your party anything you want, like the We Kick Dogs Party, and not ever kick a dog. But your party can still be called Democratic when it's oligarchic in nature.
How they pass bills.
Rep Massie, how many times have you encountered a bill that's titled something like the Free Pancakes for Breakfast Bill, and then you read it and it says,
I love puppies bill.
It makes dogs illegal.
Freedom Act, the Patriot Act.
Exactly.
Inflation Reduction Act is the most recent famous one. Yeah.
This is why landslide victory was so important, to prove that there's no discussion. Because what we heard from Kamala, our democracy is in danger, under threat. Trump is coming. Like, he would be someone who wants to steal the will of the nation. And then this nation under threat, this nation which was scared, gave the voice and voted. And this victory was, I don't know, who won with such a big numbers. I mean, I was in shock. I knew he's going to win, and I was hoping that he's going to win, but the outcome was great.
Was this the most votes ever received?
Probably, yes.
It was?
So, number-wise. So there is no discussion about democracy, which is under fire. And this, I know this very well, because democracy, rule of law, and all this sentences, beautiful words are in European Union when the leftists are targeting Republicans, conservatives. You are the threat against democracy. Do you remember the referendum? That was Scotland, I believe. The outcome was not very good, so let's repeat it.
Yes. Well, the same with Brexit. The Brexit
let's
referendum
repeat it, because they don't like it.
Years. Well, and then what happened?
Real quick correction. Trump has 77.3 million to Joe Biden's 81 million.
And obviously, Joe Biden won more black voters than Obama in Detroit, which is completely...
But look at
I mean, he was the most popular president of all time.
Yes.
And I want to clarify this too for everybody who's scoffing and laughing. You can say whatever you want. And I know everyone's saying he didn't actually get those votes. I'm going to say it like this, perhaps. Or, a man who won with the most votes in U.S. history ever screwed up so miserably he was removed by his own party. Donald Trump debated this man and won the election in that moment and sent them into disarray. So if they want to claim their 81 million, talk about standing tall and falling hard.
Thanks for checking out this clip from Timcast IRL. Make sure to watch the show live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. Subscribe to this channel, and we will see you all there.